and we bathed in his blood. Yeah. And Satan went immediately into him and entered him, and then you do that. All that bathe, or even the connotation of being bathed in the blood.
But you realize that's the whole pagan doctrine about sacrificing. And if you read that, people will look at it and go, oh, we know we don't do that today. Yes, you did. Because your God sent his only begotten son to die for you. And what covers you?
And we are bathed
his blood.
in the blood. It's the same thing.
It's the same practice.
The same thing.
And guess what? That spirit do into them.
Yes.
That's why you have this Babel. And people talking about la sha da 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 blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's a Babel. And it's another spirit that enters them. Not understanding that the same spirit that entered that man after he slew his son and bathed in the blood is the same spirit that is in control today of all those that believe that this God sent his son, died for you, human sacrifice. Something that the highest said what?
Never
Never
even enter into his mind to ask you to do.
Okay, but let's think about where they were. They were at Shechem, right? Shechem was given to Ephraim. When they divided the land, Shechem was given to Ephraim. And I think it's Hosea, it says that Ephraim has multiplied altars, and altars have become a snare for them, right? Because this place where he was a wicked place. It was the place of idol worship. So when they received the land, they didn't change that. They kept right on doing what had been done in that land. So when he buried these things here, you're absolutely right. It's because that is what was done in Shechem. And I mean, think about it. We hear Shechem a lot throughout the scripture, right? That land was given to Ephraim, and Ephraim multiplied in that place. In other words, they did greater, they did worse, they did more. Con, please move this thing from the screen, please, so we can see the question. Not the question, the... Now put his question back so we know
Like you said, that Shechem.
All right, read for me. Go. That's exactly what the HaTorah talks about in Hosea 12. Hosea chapter 12.
Are we going in now?
Yeah.
Did you delete his question?
No, when I took it down, it deleted it.
Let me go. I don't know what the question said.
Something about Jacob doing something to Yahweh right.
Start for me, start from verse 1 in Hosea 12.
Hosea 12?
That's H-O-S-E-A. Give her the page number there, I'm Chelsea.
No, we're in two. Look at that. There wasn't no here. Actually, 40. That is what a table of contact is. And now I am using it for sure. Okay. Okay. 10.
Where you go?
Hosea chapter 12.
12. And
Start from verse 1.
And it says, and Ephraim heard the wind and pursued the east land all the day long. And they multiplied falsehood and violence, and they made a treaty with Assyria, and oil is carried to Egypt. And Ahiah has an indictment against Yehudah, and will punish Jacob according to his ways, to repay him for his deeds in the womb he tried to supplant his brother, and in his manhood he strove with El. He strove with the angel and prevailed, and he went and sought his favor, and he met him at Bethel, and there he spoke with him.
Now listen to that good now. Just give us an account of what we're going to read over there, right?
And Ahiah the elf host, and they added Ahiah is his name. But as for you, now he's really talking to Yod He Vahe in verse 5, that first thing, that and the mighty one of elf hosts, and they put Ahiah is his name. But as for you, return to your El, hold fast to love and justice, and wait continually for your El. A traitor in whose hands are false balances, he loves to oppress. Ephraim has said, I am rich, I have gained wealth for myself, and all of my gain, no offense has been found in me that would be said. And he says, I am Ahiah your El from the land of Mizraim, and I will make you live in tents again in the days of the appointed festival. I spoke to the prophets, and that I will multiply visions, and through the prophets I will bring destruction. In Gilead there is iniquity, and there shall surely come to nothing. In Gilead they sacrifice bulls, so their altars shall be like stones of heaps, and in the furrows of the field. Jacob fled to the land of Amram. There Israel served for his wives, and for his wives he guarded sheep. It says, be a prophet unto Ahiah, brought El up from Mizraim, and by a prophet he has guarded him. Ephraim has given bitter offerings, so his El will bring his crimes down on him, and pay him back for his sins.
Read the next verse for me.
It says, when Ephraim spoke, there was trembling. He was exalted in Israel, but he incurred guilt through Baal and died.
And what the next one says?
And now they keep on sinning and make a cast image for themselves, idols of silver made according to their understanding, all of them with works of artisans. Sacrifices they say, people all kissing calves. Therefore they shall be like the morning mist, and like the dew that goes away early, like chaff that swirls from the threshing floor, like the smoke from the window.
Now, notice what he says there. They made more molten images.
More.
They consume heap to themselves even more. Because the more gods they have, they think the better they will be secured. Just like Rachel. Rachel went and got Laban's mighty one. So he couldn't follow him.
You gotta hear this. Y'all gotta hear this.
You reading from Tanakh?
I'm reading from the Tanakh, and I want you to tell me, I think Shmuel don't really like this. Tell me what you think this means.
What verse you have?
I'm going to tell you. In the Tanakh, in chapter 12, it's verse 5 in the Tanakh, but it's verse 4 in your scriptures, okay? And it said, he strove with an angel and prevailed. The other had to weep and employ him. At Bethel, Yaakov would meet him, there to commune with him. Yet, Ahiah, the Elohim of hosts, must be invoked as Ahiah. You must return to your Elohim. He said the other had to weep and employ him. There was two he was dealing with at Bethel.
The same one that told him, I am the angel that says, I am the God that you met over there, the one that you make a vow to, and I promise you this is going to happen. No, go back over there to Bethel. That's pretty good.
Isn't that something? Because this doesn't say that.
It don't say it at all.
he
That is
wept and
excellent.
sought his favor. But that's not what it's saying. Okay.
All right, let's go back over to the Genesis 31.
Fighting with the angel and prevailing. And then.
But angel meaning messenger.
Mhm.
We know that. He strove with this man and he prevailed.
But the other one,
But the other had to weep and implore him at Bethel. Yaakov would meet him. Who him? The other one.
The other. Yeah. You sure I hear that? The two voices.
are they still on?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now that I've finished with that part, I want Letitia to come up and we're going to go into the part with Gilead and she's going to give us what happened during that time and what the book of Jubilees teaches us about that. Come on, sweetheart.
I already told him I want to come.
I got this all to myself.
I need my computer, so you're going to have to come.
I'll get it for you. Big one or small?
I'm going to call him a name. Brother Boyd, I'm going to call him a name. It's not going to be honey or baby.
Unless I plug this in the back a little bit. Behind it.
Okay, you want me to talk about what?
With Gilead and what time frame it was. Got a bomb in Gilead.
Okay, back in Genesis 31. Barry likes for me to share my personal study out loud with everyone.
That's okay, you look so beautiful.
What do I look on other than?
More
Brother
beautiful.
Boyd, I ain't-
Oh, okay, all right, thank
More
you.
beautiful. More
Thank you,
beautiful.
thank you, thank you. Where are we?
And you were wrong.
Huh? Oh, wrong? Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right, I was wrong. I'll admit that. Chapter 31 and verse 19,
Yeah.
are we?
Verse 19.
Is that where we were?
Yeah.
Okay, so now Laban had gone to shear his sheep, and Rachel stole her father's household gods. Yaakov deceived Laban, the Aramean, in that he did not tell him that he intended to flee. So he fled with all that he had. Starting out, he crossed the Euphrates and set his face toward the hill country of Gilead. And then verse 22. On the third day, Laban was told that Yaakov had fled. So he took his kinfolk with him and pursued him for 7 days until he caught up with him in the hill country of Gilead. Okay. There's no possible way that Laban caught up with Yaakov in 7 days. It just didn't happen. The book of Jubilees says, and let me tell you where, Brother Boyd. See if I wrote it. 29. Book of, that is Jubilees, right? Yeah. Jubilees, chapter 29. What do you call it? 26. Yaakov is leaving from Shechem.